Jesus had systematically visited every town and village in Galilee, and now he was branching out to cross over the Sea of Galilee to the area of Gadara. And when he stepped out on the land, there met him a certain man from the city who had demons for a long time. And he wore no clothes, nor did he live in a house, but in the tombs. When he saw Jesus, he cried out, fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, do not torment me." For Jesus had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. For it had often seized him, and he was kept under guard, bound with chains and shackles, and he broke the bonds and was driven by the demon into the wilderness. Jesus asked him, saying, "What is your name?" And he said, "Legion," because many demons had entered him. And they begged him that he would not command them to go out into the abyss. Now a herd of many swine were feeding there on the mountains. So they begged him that he would permit them to enter them. And he permitted them. Then the demons went out of the man and entered the swine. And the herd ran violently down the steep place into the lake, and drowned. When those who fed them saw what had happened, they fled and told it in the city and in the country. Then they went out to see what had happened, and came to Jesus, and found the man from whom the demons had departed, sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed, and in his right mind. And they were afraid. They also who had seen it told them by what means he who had been demon-possessed was healed. Then the whole multitude of the surrounding region of the Gadarenes asked him to depart from them, for they were seized with great fear. And he got into the boat and returned. Now the man from whom the demons had departed begged him that he might be with him. But Jesus sent him away, saying, "Return to your own house, and tell what great things God has done for you." And he went his way and proclaimed throughout the whole city what great things Jesus had done for him. My name's Arthur. Thank you for joining me as we share together this extraordinary story from Luke chapter 8, verses 26 to 39. Here, over the sea, was an extraordinary man. Society had tried to manage him by putting him in chains, in shackles, locking him up, putting him under guard, but they had not succeeded. He kept breaking away. He wore no clothes. He lived out in the tombs, in the graveyard. He often cut himself. He was a scary person to be near. People were frightened of him. But they had no solution for this man, for his mind was overwhelmed with these many evil spirits, evil thinking. We do not understand evil spirits, and we would say that this man was severely mentally disturbed. And no doubt we would try and put him in an institution, guard him, so that he doesn't hurt others and doesn't hurt himself. But there is no answer to this kind of problem in modern medical science. All that we can do is drug a person so that they are not able to act. But Jesus was able to do something for this person. Jesus could transform the person's life. What we learn is that when Jesus comes into the territory where this man recognizes Jesus and comes up to him, shouting, and falls down before him and starts interacting with Jesus. "What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you not to torment me." This man had a knowledge of Jesus that was extraordinary, in the sense that he wasn't quoting what people had said. The demons understood who Jesus was. They knew him, but they did not worship him. They were in rebellion against him. And their fear was that they should be thrown into the abyss. presumably the bottomless pit that is described in the book of Revelation, or ultimately the lake of fire, which God has prepared for the devil and his angels. The point is that these spirits were not helping the person, they were severely disturbing him. But Jesus had commanded the evil spirits to come out of the man, and asks him, "What is your name?" There are many evil spirits, and they begged Jesus to allow them to transfer to the pigs. Pigs were an unclean animal as far as the Jews were concerned, so this was a non-Jewish territory where there were Gentiles, and they had a large number of pigs. And the demons entered the pigs, who immediately went berserk and raced down into the water and drowned. So we wonder what happened to the evil spirits then. We're not told. But the people who cared for the pigs had witnessed everything that was going on. They'd seen the interaction. They'd seen the evil spirits go out of the man into the pigs, and the pigs destroy themselves, as the evil spirits had sought to destroy the man. And so they immediately went back into the city and told the owners of the pigs and the community at large what had happened to the pigs. Now the crowd comes out, and they're surprised to see this man whom they had not been able to control sitting at the feet of Jesus. He was clothed, and he was in his right mind, and so they feared. They feared Jesus, who obviously had an incredible power. What else could he do? They didn't understand Jesus' motives, that he'd come to save people. All they'd seen was that their pigs were destroyed, so they begged Jesus to leave. It was a large company that came out. They were seized with fear. That's emphasized. And so they asked Jesus to leave. Now Jesus wanted to help these people, but he couldn't help them in that state. He would have to come back another time. And so he gets into the boat to return to the other side. The man who'd been healed wanted to go with Jesus and begged him so. But Jesus sent him away, saying, "No, you return to your house and just tell what great things God has done for you." And this man, greatly relieved that he was freed from these evil spirits, he had seen them destroyed in the sea. He knew that he was safe. So he went his way. And when people saw him and he was able to tell his story, what great things Jesus had done for him. Notice the phrase, tell what God has done for you. He told what Jesus had done for him. For Jesus is the Son of God. And later we'll find Jesus could come back to this community and they would receive him enthusiastically, because then they would understand Jesus has come not to judge, not to destroy, but to save. So the ministry of Jesus had a lot to say about evil spirits. And today, in Western society, we talk about mental health, people whose thinking is not straight. And so some are suicidal, many of them self-harm, and there's often a history in these people. Something happened in their lives which has affected their thinking. Just as Jesus can heal the body, so Jesus was healing the spirit. And if we have contact with such people, we must pray for them as we would pray for any sick, and care for them as we would care for any sick, and urge them to also trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. For Jesus can forgive sins. Jesus can make people new again. And he does in individual cases as people develop a personal relationship with God. William Cowper wrote many of the wonderful hymns in our hymn books. He was a friend of John Newton's, the reformed slave trader, but he was afflicted greatly by depression, doubting whether the Lord would receive him. But yet we sing his hymns, because the Lord receives all who come to him, even if our faith is small. And if you have issues in your life, then Jesus can help you with them as well.